Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to talk about JavaScript classes. Classes in JavaScript are templates for our objects. What I mean is kind of blueprint that our object needs to follow the rules that we define inside of our classes. For example, here, let's say we want to create some object which has the name of person right here. Then it's going to have its own name, of course, right here. For example, we set this to name 1. Then maybe it has its age, so we put 17 right here, for example. And maybe we're going to have some ID right here. Let's say this has ID of 8. And when we want to define another person just like this, we need to have this kind of person 2 right here, which again is going to have the same fields right here, but different values. For example, name 2, age is 27, and ID is 5. But now let's create our objects based on our classes. So first, let's create our class. For creating class, we need to use this class keyword right here. And then after this, we're going to put the name of the class that we want. For example, we want our class name to be person. After this, we open our curly braces right here. And inside of this, we can define all of our methods that we want. One thing that you should know inside of your classes, we need to have our constructor method always right here. And what this does is that when we are going to create our classes that we're going to see a little bit later, this function is going to run automatically first time when we are creating any object based on our class. So what I mean is, let's say here we want to have some codes right here. Every time we create some person, this constructor, it's going to run these codes once when it's creating. And here we usually define what fields that we want. For example, here, let's say as a last example, we got these fields of name, age, and ID. And when we want to do this right here, we're going to put all of the fields that we want inside of the parentheses of our constructor. So this is going to receive name. After this, it's going to receive age, and at the last, ID right here. And after we put these one right here, our constructor method is going to grab each one of these and create some variables and fields inside of this person class, which is going to be object and give the result for us. So for doing that thing, as you know, when we want to use something inside of the block that we coding, we use our this keyword. So we use this.name and we equal that with the name that we have right here. And just as same as this, we're going to have this.age, which equals to age. And at the last, we have this.id, which equals to ID right here. And now here, let's create our object based on our class so we know how to use our class. First here, we need to create some variables, name right here. Let's say here we put the name of our object O1 right here, and then we equal that. And here we use our new keyword right here and the name of the class that we have, which here it is person right here. And then we're going to open parentheses right here, and this is going to receive us what things inside of our constructor method. So it's going to receive name, age, and ID. For example, let's say here we have again name 1 right here, 23 for the age, and ID 2 right here. And now when we run, this constructor is going to be run when we creating our person. And for monitoring that we got our person and constructor run, we're going to add another console log right here, which says constructor code ended. And now if we run, you can see that we got this print right here. And now if we console log our O1 objects right here into our console and run, you can see that it got the name of name1, age of 23, and ID of 2, as we declared right here. And of course, we can have multiple objects right here. So let's say we have another one of O2, again our new keyword person right here, and let's say this has name2 for the name, 25 years old, and ID of 4. And here if we have another printing of object 2, again we're going to see our results right here. But pay attention that when we created this object, constructor once run because of O1 object, and this is that code. But when we creating our second object, again for creating this object, this constructor is going to run, and that's why this is going to run twice, and we have this printing twice inside of our console. And as you know, because these are objects, we got these .h, for example, here, .name right here, that we can use to access to the fields of the objects that we have created right here. But we can create some methods inside of our class too, and that's going to have automatically set for both of object 1 and 2 and any object that we're creating with that class. So for defining those methods, here after our constructor code block right here, we're going to define the name of our method that we want. For example, let's say here we have the method of say name right here. Then we use our parentheses right here, and then our code block right here. And here, let's say we want to console log my name is, and here we add that with, you know that if we want to have our dynamic, we need to use this .name right here. And now after we created our objects, here let's run our say name method for our O1, and now if we run, you can see that we got this printing right here that my name is name1 because we declared name1 right here. And of course, because this is in the class, we got the same thing for our O2, and now if we run, you see that we got the printing of my name is name2. And as same as this, we can declare anything that we want. For example, let's say we have another method of say age. Again, this is method console log, and here I am. Then we add that our age that we have in our class, and again after that years old right here. And now let's use say age right here in our second object, which is going to give us the value of 25. As you see, I am 25 years old right here. And we can have some variable that is going to be the same in all of our objects and static and not changing by them. For example, let's say here after these one, we delete that console log. So this is our constructor, which these are our dynamic and different values that we have. But after these one, here we need to set, for example, is programmer right here. And we define this with our true value. So we have this is programmer field inside of our person. But pay attention that here, again, we need to use this keyword before of our variable to refer that we want this one to be inside of our person class and objects that is going to be created by our person. So here we add this dot here before of our is programmer, and here let's actually console log our O1 right here. Now let's run. You can see that we got the name to be name1, age to be 23, ID to be 2, and we got this is programmer to be true. But we don't have anything right here putting after these one into our constructor, and this is a static value that is going to be in every person object that we have. And if we have our second object here too, again if we run, you can see we got the same is programmer field right here, which has the value of true. And you can have some controls by this thing right here. For example, we're going to say is valid or not right here, which we're going to have our ternary operator that we say if age is lower than 18, make this false right here, else make this true. And for a reminder of our ternary operator, this is as same as we have this if statement right here, that we have our condition which we put right here, and here if this is true, it's going to run this part of the code, and then we have this else right here, and inside of this it's going to run this second part. So this is how you can do that. And now after we put these one together, let's have this our object one right here to be age of 16 and second one to 25. Now if we print our O1 right here and run our code, you can see that we got this is valid field to be false. But here instead of this, actually let's have both of them together so we can see the difference. And this time if we run, you can see that our is valid is true for our second person because the age is above of 18. Please give a like and subscribe to catch next videos.